The Sarah Jane Adventures was a spin-off of the TV series Doctor Who. Here's what I think about Series 1. Hello, welcome to Music and Stuff. I'm Rob Lewis, and this week I am talking about the Sarah Jane Adventures Series 1, doing a little review. It's going to be a bit shorter than my other reviews. It's because the series is a bit shorter. So the Sarah Jane Adventures was a spin-off of Doctor Who, starring Elizabeth Sladen as Sarah Jane Smith, with Alexander Armstrong as the voice of Mr. Smith, with Daniel Anthony as Clyde Langer, Tommy Knight as Luke Smith, and in the first series we had Yasmin Page as Maria Jackson. And it was first broadcast on the 1st of January 2007, and it was created by Russell T Davies and sort of showrun by Russell T Davies and Phil Ford. Now, I must stress this is very much a children's TV series, sort of aimed for kids between sort of 9 and 15, I would say. But one thing I'll talk about more as I do these reviews is the characters age with the audience. But enough of that. So, the 1st of January 2007, it was launched as a feature-length pilot called Invasion of the Bane. I've watched this one a stack of times because my son, who's now 19, used to love this episode, and we had it on DVD and watched it a lot. It's the one with the bubble shock, and Samantha Bond as Mrs. Wormwood, actually, and introduced the character of Luke, who was like not a clone, but he was like a human that was made by the Bane Alien series. And Maria Jackson and her friend, I can't remember her friend's name, but she wasn't much of a friend, but they investigate this bubble shock company that's giving out free samples of like orangeade. It's alright, and at the end they rescue Luke, and Sarah Jane adopts him, and Mr. Smith, the supercomputer, sort of makes the paperwork happen like magic. It's alright, but it is, like I say, it's a kids show. Very much. I'm going to give Invasion of the Bane 6 out of 10. Like I say, I used to watch it loads, but still a lot of it's gone out of my memory. Next you had, it was kind of like the second of series 1, but it came out on the 24th of November, so it's like the first of the series, but not. Does that make any sense whatsoever? It was called Revenge of the Sladen. I only watched these for the first time recently, a couple of months back, because my partner and I were working through all of New Who, and maybe we'll go through Classic Who as well, but at the moment we're working through New Who, and I thought I would watch the Sarah Jane Adventures on the side. She wasn't particularly interested in watching that, but I thought I'd do it just, because I never did it before, and I did. I'm not the target audience. They're alright, it's good, and Elizabeth Sladen is fantastic, obviously. My light's a bit flickery, so I apologise for that. But Revenge of the Sladen, I'm not a big fan of the Sladen, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't a huge fan of them in the flagship series, Doctor Who, so they were a bit childish in that. So you can imagine how childish they are in a kids' TV show when they're farting and stuff. I can't remember much about the plot at all, if I'm honest. Do you know what? I think sitting in front of this light makes me yawn. It's weird, it's like it's hypnotic. But yeah, Revenge of the Sladen, I can't remember much about it at all, but I do remember being largely unimpressed. I'm going to be generous and give it 5 out of 10. Next we have Eye of the Gorgon. Now I remember this one being alright actually. Maria befriends some old lady at an old people's home, and she's got this thing in a box. Again, I watched it a while ago, but I was on my exercise bike and the details escape me, but yeah, isn't she losing, she's got dementia or Alzheimer's, but when she's holding this thing, she's back to normal again, or I can't remember. It was alright though, it wasn't a bad little episode, but again, pretty unmemorable. 5 out of 10 for Eye of the Gorgon. Then we get to the Warriors of Kudlak. Now I didn't mind this one. This was alright. It was about this like laser quest type game where kids would go in there and it'd shoot each other with lasers, but the kids were going missing, and it turns out they were going into space. I can't remember the plot exactly, but what a great review this is. But I seem to remember it being better than the previous two stories, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Then we have Whatever Happened to Sarah Jane. Great episode actually. This was the highlight of series 1. I can't remember what happened to it, but basically Sarah Jane and Luke and Mr. Smith and everyone are erased from existence, and no one can remember them apart from Maria Jackson. And the Sarah Jane has been kind of like swapped with someone that she went to school with, and turns out that this girl, Andrea, they were on a school trip and Andrea got killed. Well, now it had been reversed, so it was Sarah Jane that got killed and Andrea was kind of like living her life. Yeah, probably the highlight of the series. And I've put down here, as Andrea is played by Jane Asher, I've put down here 7 out of 10, but do you know what, I remember it being stronger. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 for Whatever Happened to Sarah Jane. Definitely the highlight of the series. Then you had the last series, the last story in the series, called The Lost Boy. I've given it a 6 out of 10, but I've just... What's that? Thanks for watching this video. I really hope you're enjoying it. If you are, maybe you could just help out a small channel by pressing the like button, sharing it to your friends, hit the subscribe button and the alarm notification bell so you can keep up to date with my new videos, and just generally just watching them. It all helps. I'm just a small creator just trying to find my way in this YouTube metropolis. If you really want to help out as well, there's a link to my Patreon in the description and in my About section. So again, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Yeah, so yeah, The Lost Boy. I couldn't really remember much of the plot. I remember it being not too bad, but there's a couple of people on TV that claim to be Luke's actual parents, and they want to see him again, so they sort it all out. Luke goes to live with his family. Turns out they're actually Sladen. But no, it's probably slightly better than the other ones about the Sladen. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I'm being very generous. I really am. So yeah, so that was the Sarah Jane Adventures Series 1. It was good. It was alright, you know, but like I said before, it is aimed for a much younger audience. But it is canon, and I thought that's the reason why I'd watch it. Especially so that when I got to the Stolen Earth, it kind of made a bit more sense, seeing Sarah Jane and Luke and everything. But would I watch it again? I would, particularly with my son is 19. My younger son isn't really into it, nor are the other two, my stepsons. So grandchildren, and that's not going to happen for some time. So yeah, I would watch it with grandchildren if they wanted to. But to watch it again on my own, if I was bedridden maybe, and doing a Who marathon, possibly. I'll tell you, I haven't yawned all day. It's sitting here in front of this light and this camera makes me yawn. So yeah, it's alright. I do think the series gets better, but series 1 overall gets a 6 out of 10 for me. It's decent. It's certainly well made. It's well produced. So I will say that in its credit, it is a very well made show. Just not necessarily for me, but that's fine. It's not aimed at me, but it was a success. So that's the Sarah Jane Adventures series 1. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video and comment what you thought about series 1. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later, Bill and Ted. What it is I need is like a 20-second clip that I can put at the end of each video. You know how other YouTubers do it, whether I have at the end of a video like 4 things on the screen, it's like and subscribe, that kind of stuff. I just need something like that, but I don't know what to put.